Good morning, good morning, good morning. You're welcome to Fxpg Global Limited. And today is 10th of August 2022. We just have to get to understand that building career in Forex trading starts with taking decision to do all you can against all odds to transform your financial life by efficiently navigating the financial market like banks and other financial institutions through the training and mentorship of Fxpg platform. And the following pairs are the pairs we'll be looking at. We're looking at dollar index, EURUSD, GBPUSD, AUD USDCAD, USDJPY, USDCHF, Nasdaq, gold, and US30. And you want to become part of our academy, you kindly visit fxpreneur.com.ng. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment, and as well as turn on your notification button so you'll be notified whenever we upload a content. Let's go straight up to what we have for today. And we're going straight up to our dollar index. This is daily dollar index. And this is trend line liquidity we have on the dollar index. Now, as we can see, that dollar index broke a structure. Let me zoom in. That's broken short to the downside, and here we'll have fair value gap here. All right, and we have been expecting it to come back to this fair value gap before we find our way to the downside. But as you can see, this price has been trapped here for some time now. All right, we want to see them come into this daily FVG before they start coming down. That is what we're expecting, but as you can see, this price has been trapped here for a very long time. For us, based on chart, as you can see, we'll have this trader liquidity, and we'll have this here. We'll have liquidities resting about above here, which is the buy side liquidity, and market came up from here, broke a structure, came back here, then to the upside, and also here we'll have liquidity resting here. There's liquidity also because there's a trend line here. So I would like to see this liquidity taken out as well as this one taken out. Before now, we'll have break of market structure to the downside, which is this. Then after break of this market structure to the downside, we'll have a pull back to this particular level here. And here we'll have an order block. Here we'll have an order block. So market broke down this structure here. It pulled back to this particular order block and then came down, but it has failed to take away this particular level. If it has taken away this particular high, this one here, we can see it's a failure swing. But as you can see, market has been playing around this place for some time. So we are still seeing them taking away this low because they've broken away this particular high here, then pull back to this level. We want to see them come down to this particular side. That is what we would love to see. But on a good day, we were expecting them to trade up to this level here into this particular daily FVG before coming down. But as you can see, price has been held for some time here, so we'll be seeing this guy doing this. Based on 4 hours analysis here, we'll have this. So it pulled back to the particular order block here and then down. It has already filled this imbalance that we'll have here. And as you can see, this is what we've been seeing within just or within the week. We've been seeing this movement within the week. So taking this out. If you go to a lower time frame, like 2 hours, we have this block. So it has broken the structure here to the downside. Broke the structure to the downside. They want to see this. This H1 will be. So I would like to see this guy take this up to this particular block here before they start coming down. Since we're expecting them to go down, we were expecting them to break this high to this level. Since they've not given us this, and that's to say they are not ready to give us this particular move because they've been holding this for a long time from now. I want to see them do this. So this is what I'll be expecting. I would like to see them do this. Because we'll have trendline liquidity here. So whatever that will make them to come down to downside, that will be a good buy for me to take away this trend liquidity and also this liquidity that we'll have here. So the next pair we'll have Euro USD. We're looking at this from the daily perspective. Now, if you read the history of this chart, you see that this particular place we see here is a kind of an order block, which is a weekly order block. The market came back, traded into this weekly order block, and then pulled back to the upside after it has filled the imbalance. There's imbalance between here and here, so it filled it, tap into this level. So we expected these guys to go to the upside, and that is what we've been expecting all the while. But as you can see, market has not really been moving. They've been gathering contracts here for some time. They've been gathering contract there. So let's go to 4 hours. Looking this out. We expected to see these guys take out this particular liquidity that we'll have here. This buy stop liquidity that we'll have here, right? We're expecting them to take away this liquidity that we'll have here and then trade into this zone here before they will come down. Why? Because as you can see, there's a break of market structure to the downside here based on this particular movement. Now, based on what we have seen here, we see that market traded down, came back up to this particular OB, then flush down. Then this one came, take away this particular high and close this particular little gap that we have here. All right. Then after that, it traded down. In this particular 4 hours also, it has broken structure to the downside, we did this downside, and went back up, traded into this particular OB here, which is H4 OB. All right. So after it got into this level, we needed to see them come down. All right. And being that they've been gathering contract, and here also they left a kind of they left this is the OB. So there's a kind of a little imbalance here. Now, because we have little imbalance here that need to be closed, so we're anticipating them to come into this particular level before they will go down. But as you can see, this market has been, we had a push back here. So we're expecting that this push will actually take us here. But as you can see, they have not taken us here. So they pull back again to this level. So possibly to close this imbalance that we'll have here. So we'll be expecting these guys to do just this, find a way, come to this particular level. So once they are being mitigated by this particular order block here, all right, then the next thing we expect to see is for them to come down and take away this liquidity. If they can take out this liquidity, then my bias will go to the upside. Actually, I'm expecting this market to go to the upside, but I want to see removal of this liquidity level before I'll start going to the upside. That is what I'm expecting from this pair. So my analysis on this pair still remain the same. Now you can see that we'll have a lot of liquidity up here and would like to take away this liquidity. This place here is very, very important for them because this is where I'm expecting them to get to. Here, this is this zone here we see is a cycle. All right, is a market cycle. Now this particular cycle, now because market cycle have 4 components, which will have the consolidation, we'll have the expansion, then we'll have the kind of retracement. Now we'll have consolidation here, we'll have expansion here, which is this particular move down here. Then we'll have retracement. We're expecting a retracement back to this particular level before we'll now have the main trend. All right, that is what we have here, and that is what we're actually expecting here. So we want to see them come up to the upside here, hit this level before we start seeing a movement to the downside. That is what I'm talking about. So when we hit here, we'll start going to the downside. That is what I'll be expecting there. So this is in a long run, but this is what we're expecting to have here. So let's go to the next one, which is GBPUSD. GBPUSD has been performing just like EURUSD, but as you can see, what is happening in GBPUSD, if you go to a daily time frame, you find out that GBPUSD has actually come back to this particular level. All right, and here we'll have imbalances here. Now, in this particular place, also we'll have a kind of a level here. We will have the cycle range. There's this market cycle range. Now, in this market cycle range here, automatically it broke out of this particular range. All right. And then we'll now have a kind of an order block here, which is this. And then this one is a block on the lower time frame. So also here we'll have this trend line just the same way as we have in Euro USD. And as you can see, this market is actually ranging within this particular peanut, all right, or edge. So we would like to see these guys go to the upside, but we would like to see a stop come to the downside first before going to the upside. And here we'll have a break of market structure to this side. Have a break of market structure to this side, all right. And then when it got mitigated here to this block here, after this mitigation, they will have the market push to the downside. All right. But then this push to the downside have not really taken out where it should take out. And as you can see here, we'll have an imbalance here. All right. Where the market has traded. Then this place becomes important for us. So I would like to see them push to the downside before going to the upside, because this one has been mitigated. This one has been mitigated. This one has not been mitigated. So this is what I want to see. If you go to 4 hours, you will see that this market has broken through to the downside, came back down. So we wanted to see a kind of a push to the upside. That is what we were expecting there. And up to now, we've not really gotten that. The market has been little ranging. Now, based on this particular ranging, what we are seeing here is we are seeing this market coming further down. We'll have a block here. Let's zoom out a bit on 4 hours. Now we'll have a range. We'll have a range, which is this particular place, which is a range of 4 hours. After this particular range, this range was broken out through by this. Then it hit this level and came back to this particular range here, which is this place. After it hit this particular level, we start expecting this market to go back to the upside, But as you can see, market is being so dull. It hit this particular level. It took away this liquidity that is inside here, but then it has been so sluggish. So our expectation on this particular pair still remain the same. So as they've entered here, we want to see them push to the upside. That is what we want to see on this pair. That is what we want to see. That is exactly what we want to see on this pair. All right. They've actually done this. Now, this trend line liquidity was there, so they've taken it out. So I want to see these guys, after they've done this, I want to see them go back to the upside. That is what, but this is where I would like them to get to in a long run. But as you can see, guys, this market is so sluggish. It's so sluggish. And here, we also have a range here, cycle range here, and it broke out of the range, but never traded down. So that on a good day, what we would be expecting of this market is we would have been expecting this market to come down to this level, all right, then before going to the upside. But based on what we are seeing on this in this market, the market is highly indecisive at the moment. So we'll trade what we see on the lower time frame and not on the higher time frame to catch some move. Now, on the higher time frame, what we are seeing is we are seeing break of market structure. All right, it pulled back to this particular range here, which is on this particular block, and came back down here and then find its way up. As you can see here, we still have kind of contract gathering here. So markets have not really taken a direction, but this is what we're expecting to see, just as I've said. Still expecting this move to happen based on break of market structure. All right, we just back to this other block. I want to see them take away this liquidity up here. Then, and these liquidities that are all lying here, I would like to see them take it away. Next one, gold. I'm taking this drawing out so we can see the charts. Okay, we are going straight to daily. Gold has been performing so amazing, and we had this particular move yesterday on gold. We had this move on gold yesterday, and so here market is breaking through to the upside, and then market has done this. Here is a kind of a daily FVG here. What market has came into this particular range, here, and then begin to come down. I'm going to check something on daily. Good. So here we'll have a kind of a cycle range here, and market broke out of the cycle range through this particular one, and then began to trade back into this particular range here. So having traded into this range, want to see a push down to the downside before going to the upside. And here we'll have a daily gap here, daily FVG here, where we're expecting this market to come back to. Is all we'll have. As you can see, we still have this trend line liquidity here. And also here, we'll have a block here. So this took away this liquidity up here. We took it out, and then to come back down here to enter this fair value gap that we'll have in 4 hours. We'll have small gap here in 4 hours here. So we want to see this market come back to that particular, come down to that particular here. Want to see this back to this and possibly do a little manipulation. All right. Then before you find its way to the upside. This is what I was expecting from this particular pair. I'd like it to come down here, then flushed this particular up here to this level. This is what I was expecting to see on this pair. The next one is AUD USD daily time frame. Now AUD USD has been performing very well. So let me zoom out. Yeah, market has broken this structure to the upside. It has broken this one to the upside, this one to the upside. So, and also when you get to this particular level, then it begin to find its way to come to the downside. Now market entered this FVG now, went up here to see if it can take away this high, but this high was not taken out. So when you hit here, it starts coming down. So let's go to 4 hours to see what we are looking at in 4 hours so we can have our buyers. But on a good day, I would love to see this guy come to this level, trade into this daily gap that we have here, this imbalance that we have here, then before they start coming down. But based on what we're seeing, we are trading what we see, but not what we feel. So we can ride along with them in as much as we know that we're expecting them to head to this particular place. Now, as we can see here, we have break of market structure to this place here. After this break of this market structure, market pull back down. All right. Now, market pullback, mind you, we have liquidities resting here. We have liquidities resting here. And this liquidity has not really been taken out. This one is taken out. Let's take it from here. Something like this. So I would like to see them come back here to this level here. I would like to see them come back to this level here. Then either getting this place validated before they go to the upside or take it out before going to the upside. But based on what we're seeing here, we're seeing this market has hit this level and pushed out of this, then came back down, came back to this level here. Got mitigated here, right, to start finding its way down. So I would like to see this guy do this. Down here, up to this level here, possibly. Then before you find its way down. So this is what I'll be expecting from this market. I want to see it like this. Then when they hit this level, I will be expecting them to come down. After they've closed this inefficiency, I would like to see them come down. That is what I'm expecting from this pair. I want to see them come down here because they've already hit this block. I want to see them come back, trade into this level here, into this level here. And once they've traded into this level, then I would like to see them go to the upside and possibly either manipulate along this particular trend line, then go up, take away this trend line liquidity, then to the upside. Then from here, I'll be expecting a push to the downside. That is what I'll be expecting from this particular pair. Okay, the next one. Yeah, the next pair is performing just as we have analyzed. We analyzed that this was going to happen. The market will need to trade back down to this level, this zone here, which is this. And then trade to the upside. So this analysis is still valid. So you got to this level here and then begin to come down. Now, if you watch here, you will see that we have this break of structure. All right, break of structure, market pull back here and begin to come down. Now, let me take this out and do it properly so we can know what we're looking at for today. And this is daily time frame. In this daily time frame, of course, we'll have fair value gap here where market has not really come to, but market has broken this and traded back to the zone, then came back down. Right, this is what we have seen on this particular chart. And being that market has hit this zone for coming back down, here also we'll have some gaps here that need to be filled. Now, because we have some gap here that need to be filled, we're still looking at these guys taking this straight to the downside to fill this gap on daily. Let's go to 4 hours. The market on 4 hours, it broke this level here, take away this with a change of character, and traded back to this OB here. Now, after trading back to the particular OB, then it pushed back down. It has also broken a level here, all right, in lower time frame, like in 1 hour, as you can see that. Then also here, we'll have gap here. So that simply tells that this level is important. So personally, I will be looking at seeing this happen. I will be looking at seeing this happen. A little trade into this fair value gap, all right, then push up to this level, then push down. This is still what I'm expecting from this pair. Then don't forget we'll have a level here that we're also watching. So possibly when this market gets to this level here, it will still pull back to the upside, then flush down. So this is what I'm expecting to see from this particular pair. Then I'm going to the next one, which is USDCHF. Based on request, someone requested GBPJPY, and we'll be doing that today. This is USDCHF, and this daily time frame. So in this daily time frame, market has traded into this particular zone. We trade what we see and not what we feel. market has broken the particular structure and traded back down to this particular level. And here also we'll have a block here. The market has not gotten to this particular block, but it has pulled back, right? So it has broken the structure, then went back. And this is one of the very important blocks, very serious, important block that we need to put our eye on, because this market is finding its way down to this particular level. Let's go to the lower time frame. Sorry, back to this daily. I want to say something there. Now, this is a range. This is a range. Market has broken out of the range and traded back to this particular level. This level here. That is this particular block to come down. Let's go back to 4 hours. In 4 hours, we see a break of market shorts to the upside, all right? Then they pull back to this particular level. Then we'll see this particular movement again down. So here also we left a gap there. So between here and here, we'll have break of market structure. We want to see a return to this particular block to go short. So once there is a return to this block, I'll go short on this pair. This is what I'm expecting from this pair. Then the next one is USDJPY. USDJPY traded into this level as expected and went up, but we've not seen it taking out this particular high because we anticipated this market needs to take away this particular high. All right. Now, after trading into this zone, we want to see them trade up and come to this particular zone. Now, here we'll have break of market structure here. All right. And also here we'll have this OB here that is important. So market has actually found its way to this level, but has not taken away this level, so sluggish. So we're expecting these guys to come down to this particular level here before we take our trade buy to the upside. As you can see, they've taken out the trend line liquidity, so I'm taking this out. And I'm also taking this out. So these are the zones we are watching. I will think of taking USDJPY once it hits this level on a buy side. That is what I'm expecting. And when it gets to this particular level here, because it broke market structure and came back down, let me zoom out so we can see this clearly. This broke market structure, came back down, all right? It broke this structure, came back, it came to this place, this level here, and flushed down, taking away all this is change of market, this is change of character. Of course, we know this market has reversed. Now this is a kind of a pullback to this zone again. Once this pullback have been achieved to this zone, what we expect from this zone from here now is to take this trade to the downside. That is what we expect from this particular pair. Then the next one is Ncd USD. It has broken market structure to this upside. It has broken structure here, all right, to this upside. And here we'll have trendline liquidity. And this trendline liquidity was taken out based on what happened last time. All right, we see it has been taken out. And then market has gone up to this level, but it has not been mitigated by the major block. Okay, so here, this 4 hours, we have this particular zone here, this zone. This is a market cycle range. Then after that, we'll have this impulse to the upside that broke this market structure. Then back again up as in change of character because it was actually coming down before we'll have this change of character to the upside. Then after we'll have this change of character to the upside, and this particular zone is important. So, or at least this particular one. So, and this one has imbalance, which have the hook condition we're looking at for. So there's an imbalance candle here. So we're expecting these guys to come down to this level before they will take their movement to the upside. But as we can see, this market has been consolidating here for some time. So the last time we analyzed, market is going to pull back to this zone and then flush down. We have seen a pullback to this particular zone, but we have not seen the flush down. Now, why we're saying that is because market came back here to this level here and got mitigated. After this thing was mitigated here, right? After it was mitigated here, after this was mitigated here, then we need to see a push to the downside here before to the upside. But you can see market has just been giving us series of consolidation here. So I would like to still stick with my analysis, and that is what what we have already analyzed already. So we are expecting this market to find a way to the downside here, take out this liquidity, then I will be looking for a buy. So for me to get into this particular trade, all I need to do right now is go to a lower time frame, like 1 hour time frame, and see what is happening in 1 hour time frame. As you can see, this is liquidity. They are just gathering this, and we'll have liquidity up, we'll have liquidity down. And this place here, down here, also will have a kind of an order block here. And this zone here will have also a very important order block here, because in this particular order block, there is also an imbalance candle here. So we want to map out this. So I would like to see these guys come to the downside. Now, another thing again I'm looking at here is, here also we'll have this trend line liquidity here. We'll have this trend line liquidity, and also we'll have another block here. So this is not actually a zone for me to take a trade. So I will think of taking a trade if I see something like this to this upside. Then I'll take it to the downside here to take away this liquidity, or it comes down to the downside here. All right, I'll take my trade to the upside. So this is what I'm expecting from this particular pair before I'll get into this trade. So next one, Nasdaq. We anticipated that Nasdaq, from this particular push here, from this down here, all right, that it should get to this particular point. As you can see, Nasdaq got to this level and now begin to come back down, and it has broken structure to the downside. This is change of character, because we were having high highs and high lows, high highs and high lows, high highs, until this character here was broken. Now, as we have this change of character here, so what we're expecting to see a pullback to this particular zone here before we take our trade to the downside. And if you zoom in, let's use 4 hours, please. I don't like 1 hour analysis. Here we have trend line liquidity. This is the trend line. Okay. They will have break of market structure. I'm zooming in. Break of market structure. Now, this is the OB that has imbalance. This is the OB that has imbalance. All right. So we're thinking of taking this trade when I see this market hit this particular level, so I can get a discounted entry here before I think of taking this trade to the downside. So it has changed character here. So I want to see a pullback to this level, then before I take a trade to this particular downside. That is what I'm expecting from this trade. And if you watch here too, we'll have liquidity, trend line liquidity here, where I've also seen them hunting now. There's a trend line liquidity here. So they will come back here, hunt this, go up, then flush down. But I'll be interested in taking this trade once it has gotten to this particular level here. That is what I want to have there. Then I'm going back to Nasdaq, US30. US30 played just as Nasdaq, but did not get to this particular level. And also, we still have US30. It has not really broken. It has not really broken structure in 4 hours. So I have my trend line. This trend line here is broken. So I have this trend line. Okay. Now, based on this, I know that there's liquidity here. Let's go to lower time frame, like 1 hour, 1 hour, and possibly zoom out at this chart. Market was mitigated here before we start seeing push to the downside. We go to high time frame, like 4 hours. We get the picture of this market clearly. Yeah. Zoom in. This market has no broken structure. So here we'll have an OB here. All right, we'll have an OB here. Is an OB. More refined to this level. So this was where the market got to. It came down. So I would like to see this market break structure down before I'll think of going up with it. So what I will be expecting is I would like to see something like this down, break of this structure down, then pull back. I'll get my entry for a sell. As you can see, market is still showing a sign of uptrend. It has not really reversed. But if you go to a lower time frame, you can get a trade, a short trade. All right. So this is what we're expecting from this pair. And based on request, we'll be taking based on request, we'll be adding up GBPJPY. And we'll be analyzing GBPJPY based on request. And here, we'll take out the whole, remove the whole thing on the chart. Then go to daily time frame. So that have the history of the chart. Now you can see we'll have this trend line. All right. And also we'll have this as a wedge pattern. Coming down. Okay. I'm going to take this further down to this level. So we have to let's go to 4 hours. But based on this, as we can see, all right, market has broken this structure downside, pull back to this level here, came down, it has broken this structure. So it's giving us a kind of a break of structure downside. That is what this market is giving us. And market has actually shown us also something, that this is a kind of the market range, all right, and it broke out of the range, then pull back to this particular block here, then we expect a pull to the downside. So let's zoom in to know what we're looking at for. It broke out of the range, so we'll have this. All right, so I would like to see this happen up here, then down to this level. This is what I want to see from this pair. Let's go straight to 4 hours and possibly zoom out. So if you watch here, we'll have imbalance, right? Here. And we'll also have a block here. That will tell you that this area is important. So we want to see this market trade into the zone right, trade into this zone, then flush down. It has already entered this fair value gap. So I'm looking for an up movement to trade into this zone. Then from here, we'll be coming down to this level here. And also, if you watch here, also, we'll have this at the first level of target. Then we'll have also this here. We'll have imbalance. Yeah. We'll have this as a second level of target. All right. That is what we'll be expecting from this pair. We'll have this as first level of target. Then also we'll have this as second level of target. That is to say, we would like to have this from here, a little pullback, then back again to this zone. So this is what we'll be expecting from this pair. All right. So don't fail to subscribe to this channel and also turn on the notification button and help us to share this channel to as many persons as you can. Thank you very much and do have a perfect day.